Hey guys, welcome to Living Satisfied. You have come to this channel, and I'm holding my lens clap, because you saw that I am pregnant. I am so excited to announce that I am pregnant. And so let me just give you a as quick as I can do a synopsis of my first trimester. You know that I ramble, and so I'm going to try to keep this video nice and short. But that is what we're going to talk about in this video, so get ready. If you are new to this channel, thank you. I have had quite a few subscribers over the last couple weeks join this channel, so welcome. I am sorry that I haven't posted this month. I've been sick, which we'll get into. But I'm just really excited to have you guys here. We talk about things about motherhood and babies and just overall ways to live a more satisfied life through food and nutrition and DIY projects, and maybe I'll post some vlogs and all sorts of fun stuff. So if that interests you at all, consider pressing the subscribe button down below. All right, so I am pregnant. I am 12 weeks along, and I have been feeling pretty crappy. If you are new here and haven't seen my older videos, I did a weekly update from week 4 all the way until when I had my first son, Jones, who is currently 13 months. So go check those out. I will link the playlist down below or like in the little iCards above, but check those out because it literally goes every single week. And I'm not gonna do that this time around. I'm just not, but I will do periodic updates for you guys. So the top questions that I have been asked since I have become pregnant are as follows. 1, how are you feeling? Are you having morning sickness? Yes. For some reason, I'm surrounded by a lot of people who don't have morning sickness, which honestly kind of makes me want to punch them in the face. Like, I'm happy for you to not have morning sickness because it does suck. Like, I wouldn't wish that on another mom. But it's like, commiserate with me a little bit. And so, yes, I've been having morning sickness, not every day necessarily, but most days. And throughout late December and early January, I was really sick quite a few days, and I was like in bed all day, which made the holidays really fun. But at least by that point, we had told our friends and families on Christmas, and so moving forward, they were able to like help out with Jones and just kind of support me through that time. My morning sickness doesn't really have a rhyme or reason. It just kind of comes. It's not necessarily in the mornings. I feel like this time around it's a lot more in the afternoons and evenings, but typically it's when I find that like I just need something to eat, or I don't know, or sometimes it just happens and I'll just feel like I'm gonna throw up. I don't throw up. I've thrown up once getting car sick. Sorry, Jay. But besides that, I don't throw up with my morning sickness, but I sure do feel like it, and I wish that I just threw up and felt better. So I'm definitely feeling less sick than I did with Jones, which is nice, but I've been having a ton of headaches, like a lot of headaches, and I don't remember having that with Jones. And so that's been a really big bummer. I haven't been taking Tylenol or anything for it. I've just been trying to like relax and just kind of let it run its course, because ultimately it's hormonal. You know, it is what it is, and it's just a bummer. The next question that I get asked is, are you gonna find out if it's a boy or girl? Yes, we will find out if it's a boy or girl. That usually happens between like 18 to 20 weeks. And so we will for sure find out during that big ultrasound that we get whether it's a boy or girl, and I'm really excited. The third question that I am asked often is, am I starting to crave anything? Yeah, I did not crave a lot with Jones. This might sound kind of silly, but I actually like prayed throughout my pregnancy to crave healthy food. And I felt that like a majority of the time I would crave like green apples and green grapes. I did crave like Italian ice at one point, but this pregnancy I'm craving a lot of really fresh foods, which is very different than with Jones. I didn't want to touch vegetables when I was pregnant with Jones. I did eat a fair amount of fruit, but this time I'm like really loving a lot of like strawberries and blueberries and grapefruits and things like that. And so I'm hoping that this time around I will also continue to pray for having good healthy cravings. Typically while I'm pregnant, I crave a lot of cereal. I don't eat cereal normally. I just don't think it's a nutritious source of food, but I crave it while I'm pregnant, probably just the extra carbohydrates. So I'll try to partake in that just like a little bit, you know, make sure I'm like doing the serving size and stuff like that. Another question that I am asked, not by a lot of people because I am really early on, but is if I'm showing. I am indeed showing. I'm 12 weeks, almost 13 weeks, and I am definitely have a little baby bump. This is my second baby, so that's pretty normal, but, and I'll have like more disclaimers about like what not to ask pregnant women. And one of them is judging how big their baby bump is. Some women just show early. Sometimes it's more bloat than anything, but girl, if you got a baby bump and you're 10 weeks pregnant, rock it, girl, rock it, because it's the only time in your life that you can really enjoy your body like molding and changing and growing a human life form and having a big belly, and I think that's kind of the fun of it. Another question that I am asked is, how am I going to do my birth? This isn't really a question I've gotten so far, except for those that are like really close to me. If you watch my birth story with Jones, which I'll have up here, I had a shoulder dystocia, so basically his head had come out and his shoulder got stuck. And I had a vaginal unmedicated birth, which I was beyond excited about. I loved having an unmedicated birth. I mean, it wasn't fun in the moment, but you know what I mean. I really enjoyed the process, but he did get stuck. And so I am at a higher risk for a C-section because of that. And I also had gestational diabetes, but I am planning on having another vaginal unmedicated birth. I think that our bodies are made to give birth. And even though it's painful, I think that that is what our bodies are made to do, and that giving birth is not a medical process. You're made to do it. And so C-sections and things like that I think should be used only in extreme cases and if it's really necessary or an emergency. So that is what I'm planning on doing. I do plan on having a doula this time around, just to kind of like help with labor support. Jay did absolutely fantastic, but I think it would just be nice to have someone extra there, especially because of my complications that I had, just to kind of relieve Jay and support me. And for those that are close to me, that are curious, I do think I will have gestational diabetes this time around. I have been taking my blood sugar since I found out I was pregnant, about 3 to 4 times a day, just like regularly checking. And I have noticed some irregularities, which I'm not super surprised about. Mainly I've been having like blood sugar drops, but yeah, I do think that I will have it again this time around. It's just hormonal based. I was able to manage it very well with my diet with the last pregnancy, so I plan on doing the same this time around. And I hope that just by knowing that that's kind of how my body and hormones work, I hope to kind of like stay ahead of it this time around, because I think I kind of got like lost and jumbled the first time around. So I know what kind of carb ratios and things like that work well with my body, at least with my last pregnancy. And so hopefully this time around I will be easily following in suit and can check my blood sugar regularly throughout the entire pregnancy and just stay on top of it. And I think that that's okay. I think it's a blessing in disguise. I think gestational diabetes is a pits, and it's definitely something to take very seriously. But like I mentioned before, I did pray that I would be able to crave healthy food. And I don't think that God like gave me gestational diabetes, but I think that through gestational diabetes, I have been able to have a much healthier pregnancy, and I've been able to really reconnect with what food is, and it's not just something to pleasure you, but it's something to nourish your body. And so I will do a whole separate video on gestational diabetes later on, but there you go. Anyways, that is all the information that I have for you today, all the typical questions I get asked about my first trimester. If you have questions for me, write them down in the comments down below. I am an open book, so please go ahead and do that. And I would love to answer them. And let me know how your pregnancies have been. I would love to kind of get an idea of like what other women are going through. I think it's really interesting how different people's pregnancies are. And so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to press the subscribe button down below because I want to hang out with you guys and have you be a part of this community and be a part of this new pregnancy with me. Thanks. All right, let's do this. I hate like having such dark hair. You can never see it in the camera. I have like this nice braid and you can't see it. But life of having dark hair and filming a video. What are you gonna do? Do I want this a little brighter? Maybe there.